Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share a story that's been told for generations, but its message is more relevant now than ever. It's the classic tale of the lion and the mouse, a story that perfectly illustrates how kindness, no matter how small, is never wasted. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a lush, sprawling jungle, a mighty lion was taking a nap under the shade of a large baobab tree. His powerful chest rose and fell with each deep breath. As he slept, a tiny, timid mouse, scurrying about his day, accidentally ran across the lion's giant paw. Startled from his slumber, the lion let out a thunderous roar that shook the leaves on the trees. In a flash, he trapped the trembling little mouse under his massive paw. "How dare you disturb my sleep?" he growled, his eyes flashing with anger. The poor mouse was terrified. "Oh, king of the jungle," he squeaked, his voice barely a whisper. "Please spare me. Forgive my mistake. If you let me go, I promise one day I will repay your kindness. I may be small, but I will find a way to help you." The lion let out a hearty laugh. The very idea of this tiny creature ever being able to help him, the most powerful animal in the jungle, was just too funny. A mouse helping a lion. It was ridiculous. Amused by the mouse's bold promise, and feeling a bit generous after his nap, the lion lifted his paw. "All right, little one," he chuckled. "Run along. The thought of you helping me is the best laugh I've had all day." The grateful mouse scurried away as fast as his little legs could carry him, disappearing into the undergrowth. Not long after, a group of hunters came into the jungle. They knew of the mighty lion and were determined to capture him. They set a clever trap, a strong net made of thick ropes hidden along one of the lion's favorite paths. Later that day, the unsuspecting lion walked right into it. The net sprang up, entangling him completely. He thrashed and roared, his mighty strength useless against the tightly woven ropes. The more he struggled, the tighter the net became. His roars of frustration and fear echoed through the jungle. The little mouse, who was nearby gathering seeds, heard the lion's desperate cries. Recognizing the voice of the king, who had spared his life, he ran towards the sound. He found the great lion trapped and helpless. "Don't worry, Your Majesty," the mouse chirped. "I'm here to help." The lion barely noticed him at first, still lost in his struggle. But the mouse immediately got to work. He began to gnaw at the thick ropes with his sharp little teeth. One by one, he chewed through the strands. It took time and a lot of effort, but slowly the ropes began to fray. Finally, with a snap, a major rope broke, creating a hole large enough for the lion to squeeze through. He was free. The lion looked down at the tiny mouse in complete astonishment and gratitude. "You saved me," he said, his voice filled with awe. "I laughed at you. I never believed you could help me, but you kept your promise." From that day forward, the lion and the mouse became the most unlikely of friends. They prove to everyone in the jungle that mercy brings its own reward and that no act of kindness, however small, is ever wasted. A friend in need is a friend indeed. This timeless story reminds us that everyone has value and the power to make a difference, regardless of their size or status. You never know when the kindness you show to someone might come back to you in the most unexpected way. Thank you so much for joining me for this story. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more tales and lessons. Let me know in the comments what you think of this story. Until next time, stay kind.